I'm in the zone. I get the feeling about the things that we could be. You already know that you feel me, but I'm too strong. Don't believe me, just watch. Is it too late to say I need a wonder?
Hey, 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 hey. Happy Friday. I don't know about you, but I had a full week. I'm happy it's Friday. I go live in like 10 minutes with my group called Rave. It's our 8-week small group coaching program. And I love to just give you a sneak peek behind the scenes to see what we're talking about. So in our program, I blend the best of career success strategies with the best of mental performance strategies to help folks just be their best, help them achieve their goals and more. So today we are in week 3, and we're going to continue our discussion around your brand. So last week I set the table and I asked folks in our group to do some homework. What's your brand? Who knows your brand? And how do others perceive you? And why I think it matters is the stronger your brand, the stronger your visibility, the greater the rewards, whether or not you're an entrepreneur or working in corporate America or small business. So I share a story about an awful visit I had early in my career where I did some joint travel. And I walked into a meeting and my customer just screamed at me, like literally said, "You are my nightmare." And, we navigated to that meeting, but that meeting was a pivotal point in my career. I walked out of that and said, I have a brand problem. I was a leader of our department. So I'm like, we have a brand problem. And what contributed to that brand problem was we had a communication gap, right? I was in a technical department, often interacting with folks who had a different expertise, not the same technical expertise. And so we had a communication gap. And when I mean a communication gap, I mean that our ability to tell our story, our ability to communicate our impact was not aligned appropriately with our audience, right? And so today in my session that kicks off at noon, we're going to be talking about our ability to tell our story in a language that matters to our audience, right? In a language that matters to our audience. So I'll just share quickly the next slide, and I'll just go into a little bit greater detail, like why did we have a communication gap? I grew up in a technical department called loss control, and I have a lot of insurance professionals in my network, so you might resonate with this story. But we had a very specific language in our area. The folks we interacted with, in general, focused on profit growth and expenses. Our activities, the work we did supported that, but we had this huge communication gap. And so when I think back to that agent who just screamed at me and said I was his loss control nightmare, it's like I owe him a thank you, because that's the only time it happened in my career. It's like, you know what, it happened once. I took it to heart and I really said, you know what, me and our team needed to go on a journey. So today we're going to be talking about what was that journey we took? How can each of us in our roles and our professions take a look at what our brand is? How do others perceive us? How do we communicate? And more importantly, how might we strengthen our communication to strengthen our brand? So it's Friday. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have an awesome long weekend set up. I'm excited because I'm heading to Philly to see my daughter. So happy Friday. Make it a great day. And if you are interested in learning more about our 8-week Rave program, I just put it in the chat. The demand, people have asking like, hey, can I get in this? I'm like, nope, this cohort is closed. This is our second cohort. We are setting up a third cohort that will kick off at the end of March, run for 8 weeks. So if you have an interest, just check it out. We'd love to hear from you, and you can always message me and ask questions. All right, stay well. Have a great weekend.